we have like 2 edits. We have like the German director's cut, which you can see here, which is my favorite. And then, but the same thing also with the Elephant Man. There are always 2 edits, 2 cuts. And so you can see my work on national German television and on both for the Elephant Man and the Humpback Code. They run on Animal Planet here in the States, and the Humpback Code runs on Nat Geo International. So we've got all the territories, which is cool. So it's people can see it all over the world. So again, here in the States, it's called Humpbacks Cracking the Code, which is a slightly different title, on Animal Planet and Nat Geo International. And then we do the festival thing, which is always fun.
And you've won some awards at the film.
And we've actually got a bunch. I mean, especially with the Whale movie, which makes me feel real good. And so, but we kind of went eastbound from here. So we had the premiere last year at the Whale Quest conference in Kapalua in February, like with a scientific audience, which was great to see their response first of all. And then we went to California, went to. The cool thing was, like, when I came back to Europe, we had like festivals in Slovakia, in Serbia, in even in little eastern countries. What was it? Letland, I think. So, and then Maui Film Festival, Green Cinema Audience Award last year. That was cool. And what else? There's a bunch. Like, we're going to be in Washington D.C. next March for the Environmental Film Festival. Just got the news today that we are nominated for the Blue Festival in Saratoga, Florida.
Yeah, this is great.
And so, and a lot of awards, and we got the first German wildlife filmmaking award last summer, which was great too. So that's like, for me, you know, if it's all great with the international distribution television, and you get a lot of email and responses, but it's always good for a filmmaker to be on a festival and see the people who see your piece and then get the personal response. Yeah. So, and winning awards helps a lot for future projects and reputation and ego.
Yeah.
So.
Well, you get to be up close and personal with the whale, something only very few people are permitted to do. What's your experience? I mean, you've said some of it. What's some of your experience being so close with them? You've talked about some of it.
Yeah, it's. I get that question quite a lot, and I still can't answer it. I can't put it in words. I mean, that's kind of why I do what I do, because then, you know, trying to share that experience with like media tools and visuals and sounds. All I can say, it's definitely, for me, it's a life-changing experience, especially to see them in the water. Because from a boat, you can hardly see the size of it. You know, you just see the little things, but they're just unbelievably big. And you know, my experience so far were humpback whales. Think about a blue whale, which is more than twice as big. So it's just their size, and I think that's pretty much the most important thing, because I don't want to put too much into it. But just seeing the size of them makes you feel very small, and you realize there's something bigger than us. So it's people say, and I, you know, don't want to get in religion, but it's almost like a godlike experience. You experience there's something so much bigger than you can possibly imagine, and that's just the visuals. But if you hear, for instance, a humpback singer sing, and you're close to him, it's so loud, and you can hear through the hull of the boat, and it's just the sound, just the sound of it. Like, I go diving here as much as I can, and the last week we were diving Molokai and here North Shore. And just hearing them underwater, not seeing them, but hearing them, that's an experience itself, because you hear there's something out there which is so great and so big. So that's kind of how it feels. It makes you feel very small, and it makes you think about stuff, and it makes you realize that there is something out there which is. Yeah, for instance, you know, like I'm gonna stick with this for the rest of my life, because I'm sure we won't have the answers when I die, but it's just so intriguing, you know, because I want to know what's going on there, and I want to know what their song is all about, and definitely I want to have more experiences like that.
It is to be hoped that coming generations recognize that communicating with the ocean, with the whales, is probably one of the greatest and most ennobling challenges facing man today. To make the breakthrough, to understand the thinking, the feeling, the actions, the speech of another species, is a grand, a noble mission that will change man's view of himself and of his planet. As intelligent beings, with the moral obligation to respect other intelligent beings, we must recognize the fact that on Earth, we humans are not alone.
What's your background? You were born in Germany. What's some of your background?
I'm born in Germany, did school, did like my social service, was always attracted by the ocean, grew up by the ocean at the Baltic Sea.
You did?
Yeah.
Huh.
It's like a little town called Laboe, close to Kiel at the Baltic Sea. In the summer it's beautiful. Like we've got tons of beaches, and it's not like here, but it is very, so I always had this connection. And then after school I just straightly went to Greece and especially Egypt. First worked as a windsurf instructor, then as a dive master, and did my bachelor in marine biology. And then I was the editor-in-chief for like a print magazine for like 3 years. That's kind of where I learned my journalistic skills. A friend of mine just started it. It's still like it's like a cult magazine back in Germany. It's called Board. It's like, so it was windsurfing, surfing, snowboarding, and skating, but in a very unique way. They put it together. And then I just realized that I want to go to motion pictures and television because I thought I can express myself best with those tools. And then I did like local news for a local network in northern Germany for like almost 2 years. And that's when people ask me at festivals, so which film school did you go? I was like, nah, I did local news, and that's like the best film school you can possibly go
That's
to.
what you said.
So it's like a 3-minute news block every day, like 6 days a week. And so, but the pressure is so high and it's so fast. So I still think like if you do that for some month, you learn what other people don't even learn in years. So that's kind of my background. And then I kind of learned my lessons and learned the business. And then I did the first documentary, The Ultimate Surf, in 2001. And we also did one photography, fine art charity project with a very renowned photographer, Nomi Baumgartel from Germany, with actually some local people here from Maui, went to the Bahamas, and a supermodel from LA, and we did like the human-dolphin connection, which is like a great piece of work, fine art photography about the human-dolphin connection in the Bahamas. But that's again, there was one big step to what I'm doing right now. So what we do, our Ocean Mind does, is not just cinematography or television, like fine art photography is a big part of it. And what we do now, more using the entertainment or the documentaries, we call it edutainment. So it's like a very entertaining form of education, because I think all my work has a certain story to tell, which is important for the people out there. But again, watching a documentary and doing like a Q&A after is much more entertaining than just regular education. So we do that a lot now. But it was evolving from writing, traveling the world, television, news, documentary filmmaking, artwork.
Yeah, what a life.
But I don't have a master. I never went to film school, so it's not like that. But it's cool. I think that business, either you have it or you don't, and if you just have to do it, you know, that's something I like about this place here. For instance, people can go and just do it, and then you learn by doing it.
Yeah.
I never had this. Never ever somebody really taught me. I was just always put right in the middle of it. For instance, with the news, you know, and they said, okay, nobody wanted to do the news, and I was like, okay, I'll do it. And then next day was my first day, and it was out there. So,
yeah. So seek out this guy's stuff. It's wonderful. And thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for being on the show. It's really a pleasure
Appreciate
meeting
it.
you and hearing your story, and it's inspiring.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
So that's it for this episode of Life on Maui. I want to thank our sponsor, Creative Stone and Tile, quality custom stone, granite, and tile installation. For more information, contact Ross Arledge at rossmaui@yahoo.com. So, wonderful show. Hope you enjoyed it as much as I did. Looking forward to the next one, and until then, aloha.
crazy, but